Hi, welcome to the Way Out Tarot and welcome to your timeless general read for wherever you have Virgo in your chart. Let's get started, shall we? We're using the universal. Let's have a chat about what's to come. Now this one did fall out in reverse, but we're going to take it in the upright. But we'll talk about it in the reverse first. Upset. Could be you. Could be someone you're dealing with or some people that you're dealing with, but somebody is bothered. But your energy is very beautiful, it's very soft, it's very serene, it's very kind. So no, I don't think that you're the problem. And I'm not absolving you of any guilt. It's just, from what I can see and from this energy, that's how it looks to me. But you're never the problem, are you? Usually, it's someone else. Usually, it's someone who has done something to you. Usually, it's someone who has taken advantage. Usually, it's somebody who has They saw an opportunity and they tried to take it. Emphasis on the try. They'll never learn. If that's what you're wondering. They're not sorry. No matter how many times they say it. And it looks like they've said it a lot. And they're going to continue to say it. If not to your face. They're saying it behind your back, especially if you're dealing with the fire sign. So yeah, they do have some opinions about you. Let them have them. Let them say whatever they want to say, or let them get whatever they want to get off their chest. Their version of the story is one that they are unwilling to give up, especially if you're dealing with a Leo. You will never be right in their eyes. Not while they're alive. Somebody here has a pretty mean, selfish streak. It's one that has gone back And it's one that's gone on for years. And I feel like you're just like, but wait, that's not what happened. That's not what was decided. I think that your understanding of the arrangement is very clear. You know what was said. You know what was done. You know what was decided upon. And you know how things should be. But they think you're stupid. Or if it's not that they think you're stupid, they don't think you're stupid. You're a Virgo. They know. They know. One thing about you is people know just how, they know how smart you are. So what's stupid is that they thought that they could fool you. And what hurts is that they tried. They tried to steal from you when they could have just asked you. They know you would have given it to them. They know you would have said yes without a second thought. Aries energy is here. Could have Aries in your chart. Leo energy is here. Cancer is here as well. One sec. Gotta be careful how I talk to you because you're a bit tender. And anyone would be after they have been betrayed in this way. So that wound is still pretty fresh. That wound is still pretty fresh. And I wish I could say that, well, what I want to say is that I'm sorry that it's one that you've had to incur. I'm sorry that it's one that you're still having to come up against. And I know that it hurts even more when it's coming from someone who you trusted. Someone who you thought had your best interests in mind, and someone who you thought that you could talk to, or who you thought you could talk to, and it hurts something fierce, it hurts something extra when it comes from someone like that than it does a stranger. So you're a bit tender and you can cry if you want, damn it. Why steal from someone who is so willing to give? Why take from someone who has given so willingly over the years? No, it doesn't make any sense, and no, it's not fair. It will hurt for a time. And I think that you can already feel, you can already sense that it will only hurt for a time, and that pain is temporary. Now, the length of that time period, I'm not going to name that. It's depends on what that, it's going to be different for everyone, and it depends on how long it takes you to process what is going on. It depends on how long it's going to take you to come to terms with what all of this means, because you're having to process the betrayal, and then you also have to decide what this relationship means to you, or what you want it to mean, if you want it to continue. But the Ten of Swords looks like an ending. So there's something that I don't think can ever go back to how it was before. And if anyone gave off that impression, I don't think it was you. But it looks superficial, it looks fake. Because you have seen so much, you know too much, and I don't think that you will ever be comfortable once you've seen how cruel someone can be, once you've seen the lengths that they're willing to go to, once you have truly comprehended what they're capable of. It's going to be difficult, but I want you to forgive them. Forgive them not for them. Forgive them not to release them from accountability. Forgive them to free and to release yourself. All right. They did you wrong. They saw an opportunity in you and they took it in a very callous way. And if this hasn't happened yet, do not want me to talk about this, but we're gonna talk about it. When you are useful to people, there are those who are going to be tempted to use you. And I know that you like to be useful to people, but just because you like to be useful to people and you like to help people and you like to be there for people does not mean that it is okay to use you. It is unacceptable. And it does not matter what kind of relationship this is. It does not matter how close you are or how close they want to be with you, just as long as they are comfortable with objectifying you and using you in this way. It is not something that is sustainable, and it's not something that can stand. Stand up for yourself. Let it go. Leave. I know you might not have it all worked out yet. I know you might have to start over in some capacity, but you're not starting from scratch. And I promise you, what you are going into, you will be so much better for having taken that step, and it will just do tremendous things for your self-respect, because that's what this is about. Do not allow yourself to be used in this way. Do not allow someone to take advantage of you. And if it's gotten to the point where they're no longer asking your permission, it's gotten too far. So this is about self-respect. This is about pride. This is about self-esteem. This is about how you see yourself. And the Emperor here is telling me that you are winning. You are winning. I know that you have. I know that you respect yourself. I know that you know your worth. You know your value, and they know it too. They see it in you. They recognize it in you, especially if you're dealing with a Leo, as we said. But it's going to be your pride against their pride. And this is why I say that you will never be right. Because there is no convincing them that their way of seeing it is wrong, is flawed. Because as far as this person is concerned, what they know is best. Now, where does that leave you? There must come a point when you decide that you're going to stop trying to convince someone, and that you are going to stop being at someone's beck and call. You must step into this King of Pentacles energy willingly, but it's here. But it requires an end to an old version of yourself. Don't worry about how you look when you're going through it. Focus more on doing what is right. I, for one, would rather be in rags. I would rather be penniless than to be loved conditionally, or to be seen and valued conditionally. Yes, there were some good times. There were some good times, but there are more good times to come. And I think it's time that we leave those good times in the past. Stop clinging to those if those are what is making it hard for you to move on from this. If that's what's making it hard for you to let this toxic dynamic go. It wasn't always toxic. Sometimes things that end tragically have a way of making us forget all of the good that was there, and there was good there. And it's okay to miss that. It's okay to think back on it and to remember it fondly. But don't get stuck there. Don't get stuck there. To the point that you are tempted to go back. There are new opportunities that are calling you, that are on the horizon, that are here. If you can shift your focus from the past and onto the future. They are going to require determination from you. They're going to require courage from you. Some of this stuff is different than anything that you've ever done before, and it's gonna start slowly. And I think that because it's starting slowly, it's a bit discouraging, or you might be losing faith in it. But that is a mistake. Just because you can't have something immediately, or just because the gratification is not instant, that doesn't mean that it's a lost cause. That doesn't mean that it isn't worth working towards, and that it isn't worth investing in, and it may not look like what you want in the beginning. But if you can use your imagination, you'll find that you have some prospects that have a lot of potential. You just have to put your head down and do the work. And remember who you are, and remember what you are capable of. Now let's talk about the Six of Pentacles for a moment, because I do think that there's something that perhaps you feel like you're owed. Perhaps you feel like you're owed. And that may be what's standing in the way of faith. The longer that you go without it, the more stalled you feel, the more difficult it is for you to feel like you are blessed when in fact you are. But this Hanged Man is hanging here willingly. And I feel pretty comfortable saying that it's only a matter of time. The wheel has already been set in motion. There are some things that are already set in motion, that are already in the works for you. And it will come your way, God willing. Why do I feel it's like it's gonna come your way? It's because of the way that you carry yourself. It's because of intentions. It's because of seeds that you have planted. It's because of integrity. It's because of honesty. It's because of receptivity. There are some opportunities, some chances that people want to give you here. People want to embrace you. People want to accept you. They want to work towards you. There's a lot of cooperation at this part of the read. And all you have to do is just clean up a bit. Clean up your space, clean up your area, if your home needs to be cleaned, do that. If you need to see the doctor and get a wellness or a health checkup, do that. There's maintenance that needs to be done here. There's upkeep that needs to happen here to do the things that you need to do to get ready for this with this little bit of time that you have. But there's a lot of new connections, a lot of new rewarding connections that are in your future. There's a lot of love here, a lot of appreciation. These are people who have been watching you for some time. These are people who might have been waiting for you anxiously, just as you've been waiting for them. They want to start something with you. They want to have something with you. They're itching, just waiting to communicate with you. And they've been patient all this time. Little did you know that they want you to have all of these things that you've been dreaming about, that other people have been making you fight for, that have been making you struggle for. You'll find that there are some things that'll just be granted to you, given to you. And I'm never a huge fan of these kinds of messages that say that, oh, you'll just get everything that you want, because it doesn't always work out that way, does it? But you have a lot of positive karma. This is the kind of future that is promised to someone who has spent a lifetime in servitude. So you get to have that new beginning, you get to have that new life of your choosing, whatever you want it to be. Whatever you want it to be, you get to start over. If they made you feel like you'll never find something better, don't fall for that. That is a lie. And it is a trick. It is something that very manipulative people say to those that they are afraid to lose. You will find something better. There are people out there who are going to help you thrive and want to see you thrive and want to help you be successful. And there are some who are not going to make you choose the lesser of two evils every time a decision comes into play. They're going to show you that there is another way. They're going to show you mercy. You might feel the urge right now not to really divulge much or not to talk about much, and that's okay. You don't have to talk about it until you're ready. And don't let anyone, especially an air sign or an earth sign, force you to before you're ready. You can take your time here. But they are going to want attention from you. And I suspect that your interests have changed in more than one area. It's going to come as a surprise. It's going to come as a shock to some. How quickly the tables have turned, and it's going to look like it's turned very quickly to them when they find out that you don't want them anymore, that you don't want to stay. But between you and I know that your mind has been made up about this for some time. You've known what you wanted for some time. And if it's not that, you've known what you don't want for some time. And it's just that it's about now that you are ready to talk about it. Speak up. When you're ready, of course. January, number 7, March, August, courage, October, isolation. I think that's about the time you're spending alone right now. The letters G, H, and I. Blue eyes. Love. This was your read. I'll see you in the next one.